I fear my mouth is dry. Get a drink. That was awkward. I hope the live didn't pick up that burp. Oh my God. Deep breath. Ready, guys? Deep breath with me, everyone. I feel better. Does everyone else feel better?
Feel great.
Okay, let's do the damn thing. Hello, Serving Reality, and welcome back to another episode of Impulse. Tonight, it's the reunion, baby. And you know what that means. I do anyway. It's time to crown the last and final winner of Impulse Generation number 2. Woo! Nobody's cheering, guys. Everyone unmute and scream. Everyone unmute and scream.
Woo!
Viewers included, scream. I don't hear screaming.
Yay! There we go.
I'll take it. You know what? That's good enough for me. Shall we start off right by welcoming back literally everyone? Let's do the damn thing, shall we? I already said that. Oops. It's okay. We're groovy. We're gonna do the damn thing now. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Dun, dun. Welcoming back our pre-jury. Hey, Lorenzo, Nicolette, and Haley. Not feeling hello, Mariah, but I'm thinking it's time to go. Bang, bang, bang.
Here we go.
And now, please help me in welcoming our amazing jury. Benny, Berlin, Bryce, bang, bang, bang. What's up? Gonna puke. Why?
My taxes are due. Do my best for begin with a 1 or a 2. Been a hell of a ride, but I'm thinking it's time to grow.
Bang, bang, bang. Ooh.
Man, I'm up to something.
Luxury.
Thank you all for coming. I hope you like the show, cause it's on a budget. So oodie-la-dee-do, yeah. Come on, here we go, yeah. Come on.
Here we go.
Krista.
Everybody pretend you know this song. Everybody come hang.
Tammy. Bang, bang, bang. Hey. Lexi. My dogs are very gay. Awkward. And last but certainly not least for the jury, Night. And now, please help me in welcoming our 2 amazing finalists. Danny, come hang. Let's go out with a bang. And last, but seriously, not least, our final finalist of Generation 2. Please help me welcome back to the stage, Jody. Okay.
Here we go.
I love it.
This one goes at Sammy.
Yeah, Jody.
Oh my
looking
god,
snazzy.
Jody, I love your fucking outfit.
Thank you. Hat tip to Sammy.
Okay. What the fuck? Guys, I'm shocked. I don't know if you are, but I am, girls. Here's the thing, guys. We finally made it to the end of another generation of Impulse, and it is about damn time we close this generation out with one last final winner. Will it be Danny? Will it be Jody? I don't know, but throughout tonight, we'll be getting down to the nitty-gritty and finding out which one of them should truly win the game. And then at the end of it all, we will know who is closing out the generation as our last and final winner. Danny and Jody, I've already said this once. I'll say it one more time. You guys have both played phenomenally amazing games, and I am very proud of both of you, and I'm happy that I get to call you the finalist of the last season of this generation. So thank you guys so much for playing. Take the time and energy to get to where you are and killing it, honestly. To my pre-jury, you guys didn't make it very far in this season, and that's a-okay, because sometimes we just have a really rough game and we don't make it far, and that's okay. You all are amazing, and I appreciate each and every single one of you for being here and taking the time out of your day to play this game as much as you did, and showing that you cared about the game that I've created and now hosted 20 seasons of. Holy shit. Jury, OMG. My biggest thing when I host a game is having an active jury, and this season you guys almost nearly perfectly killed it. We're only missing 2 jurors, and you know what? I'll take it. Except if one more leaves, we will have a tie probably, and that's scary. I don't know where the votes are going. But if it does tie, holy shit, I'll cry because I don't know what I'm going to do. I fear I'll shit myself. But thank you, jury, for playing the game. Thank you for being amazing, and thank you for participating in the most important night of the game, aka voting for a fucking winner. Let's do it. So, once again,
I'm not luxury.
That's so slay. Last people that I have to thank really quick. This season, we had the biggest production team in the history of Impulse. And honestly, I think this season, production-wise, has been phenomenal. I think we did everything to a T. We hosted as best as we could. We had very minimal problems, and we kept on pushing, chugging, and getting shit done. I didn't have to focus on every little aspect of the game. I had people helping me along the way, and that makes things so much better because being just a single host, I could never do it, and I never will do it. So I appreciate each and every single one of my production members this season. There's a fucking list of y'all, so I ain't listing you out, but thank you. You know who you are. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Now that I've thanked everybody, thank you all for being here tonight. Let's do the damn thing, shall we?
We shall.
We motherfucking shall.
Fucking season, and I heard one we shall.
Sure, why not? Fuck it, I guess.
I'm impressed.
Fuck it, says Bryce.
He said, fuck it, do the damn thing. All right, if you're not a finalist, now's when I tell you to go off camera. Sorry about your luck. You didn't make it to where they did, so you're not important. Womp womp.
You're very important. Don't listen to him. You're very important to me right now.
She said, please vote for me to win. All right, so Danny and Jody, last night or 2 nights ago, whenever the fuck it was, I preconditioned you on what was going to happen tonight, and the time has come. It is time for your opening speeches. You have 3 minutes to deliver an opening speech to your jurors that will eventually have a vote and who wins the game. Let me find my phone because I'll need that. I got it. All right. When I say go, you may begin your opening speech. Remember, it is a 3-minute time constraint. And Danny, you will start opening speeches. Jody, you will go last, which means the opposite will happen during final. So Jody, you'll go first on final. Danny, you will go last. Any questions about that? Perfect. Yep. Danny,
okay.
As said, you may start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, hi everyone. I love Impulse. That's why I came back again. I love you all, and I'm so happy that I get to speak with you tonight. And I'm happy that I'm here in the final too. So I was on a 3-month break before coming back, so I knew that I was coming to win. I was coming in saying I'm going to do whatever I have to do to get here to the end, and I think I played a solid game. I want to prove that to you all tonight. So I do think I covered all aspects. I was social, I was strategic, and I won some comps. I do think I was heavily involved in the shaping of this game and how it played out. I teamed up with Jody on day 1, and from there we tried to figure out who else we would work with. Brian was a no-brainer for me because we were cool with each other. I know he got along with Jody. And then after that, I already had a relationship with Krista and Sammy from Bikini Bottom, and I knew the 2 of them were going to be teaming up in this game, and they're strong players. Why work against them? So I figured it would be a good idea for us to team up with them. Now, on top of that, we had the Duos Alliance with Ed and Knight. So it was my goal to get these 2 groups of people as far as possible. And I think we did a good job. We got 6 of them to the 8. Now, I won 3 cardios. I had 3 heroes. I even hijacked the final 7 cardio by using my agency idol. I had the soul vote to flatline during backward week. I was only nominated 1 time, and that was because of myself, because I picked up that damn scroll and it made me the auto nom on the third, for the third nominee as the triple eviction, as a double eviction. Even then, I had all the votes to be saved except for 1. I used my agency idol and my cardio wins, not just for safety, but to remove people from the game who stood in my way of getting here. I wasn't afraid to play a little dirty, get my hands bloody, because that's how a winner plays, and I came to win. Thank you guys, and I look forward to answering all of your questions tonight. I'm good, Sean.
All right. Next up, there's a Jody waiting up ahead. Jody, in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, I was going to spend some time talking about strategic alliances, but it's true, Danny and I were playing together a long time. So obviously, you know who you are because you were in alliances with both of us. I am asking for your vote to win this season. I do think I played the strongest game from pre-game straight through to finale. And I'm just going to give facts, not opinions. On the very first vote after pregame, half the players voted to choose me to be cardio. Another social fact, after flatlining luxury by default, when I used the friendship idol on Lexi, I convinced a revived luxury not to drag me out of the game. And although I'm a previous winner who won the most comps in that season that I won, no one was looking at me as a threat. That's by design. I make sure I'm never perceived as a threat. And winning those first 2 cardios and then not winning is a strategy. Those first 2 wins allowed me to show the most active players, most of you guys, the ones that I expected to go far in the game, that I wasn't going after them. So that for the next few cycles, and I think a lot of you know that, I could really directly and honestly trade safety deals at an individual level, and then I didn't have to win again. I collected and traded ingredients for idols with so many of you, building relationships in that time, and then scheming with my closest allies on how to use those idols in order to get the people I knew who were looking out for me through to final 6. The only time I was a patient, I asked Danny to make me a patient so I could use my CPR and get myself closer to the finale. And who knew? I channeled my inner Liv again, and one more comps than ever at 6. Sorry, I thought it was the most, Danny. I had me at 6. I had you at 5. But if you're 6, then we tied for comps. So that's it. At the end, I was in the finale with like 4 allies. That was super hard, but I swept all 3 comps and had to make some really tough decisions. I am a social player, and it was a strategic decision and one based on fairness. The people who had like very clearly shown me the most loyalty with their actions are kind of the ones I kept bringing farther when I had to make 3 decisions. So Danny saved me the most. He traded the most ingredients with me. And yes, verbally, we are also an F2, but he proved that to me with loyalty. Sammy traded lots of information. Lexi became a great ally in the second half of the game, but they didn't have as many opportunities to show it. Knight gave me tons of ingredients, so he ended up being my F3. But in the end, I took Danny out of loyalty, and because honestly, we played the game really closely, but not exactly the same. And that's it for me. I hope I have your vote to win, and I can't wait to hear your questions.
Good luck, Jody.
All right. Thank you, Jody. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I'm trying to find your names. What the fuck is happening right now? Thank you, Jody. Thank you, Danny. Now, we look to the jury for the most important, probably part of this game, their questions. Now, jurors, you will be allowed to come on camera when you are addressing the finalists if you so choose. You guys will have a 5-minute segment where you can ask questions, make comments about their game. Let me make myself clear.
Or their bow tie.
Their game or Jody's bow tie, but do not make comments about their personal life, their personal structure, or anything personal for that matter, other than Jody's bow tie. Okay? You have your 5 minutes. When you are asking a question, when the finalists are answering, I will pause the timer. I will keep you updated on what the time is paused at. However, if you start asking 500 fucking questions, I will cut you off. We're not doing a speed tour of questions. Be quick, ask the important questions, and don't ask any final speech questions is my last rule. That basically means don't ask Danny or Jody, why should you win? Well, a final speech is designed to tell you that. So don't ask that question. They're going to tell you. I think you promise. Ivy, I'm filming. Shut up. Or not. All right. We will start with the person that's been voted out the longest on the jury, which tonight happens to be Brian. Brian, let me know when you're ready. Okay, Brian, your time starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, my wonderful jewels. So
Jewels?
this question is for both of you.
Yeah.
What was your biggest move of this entire season? Jody, you can go first.
I think one of my biggest moves, and I think it surprised a lot of people, was using the friendship idol on Lexi, which auto flatlined luxury, which was actually not my whole purpose, but using that friendship idol on Lexi was strategic in 2 ways. The first one was the fact that I told tons of people I was going for the friendship idol because it wasn't threatening to anybody. It was like they knew I couldn't use it on myself. And so I got to like build a lot of relationship. A lot of people knew I had it, and I had a big plan to use it strategically. What a lot of people didn't know, Danny knows, Nate knows, and maybe, I think those are the only 2 people, is that I had 2 friendship idols. So when I used that one on Lexi, people thought my friendship idol was gone, but I had actually done this twice and gotten 2. So I got to earn a whole bunch of allegiance with Lexi, who I believed at that point in the game had been aligned with you, Brian, because you were showing so much loyalty to her verbally. I believe she was probably aligned with Luxury and probably aligned with Bryce. So I was like, some of those people are out of the game. She's, we vibe. I can really use this to seal the deal. And by default, Luxury, who I was close to but wasn't in one of my core alliances, would go. And then part of that whole move, I was blindsided when the revival came up. And again, I'm a previous winner. I was the top comp winner in my last season. I'd won the first 2 cardios, and we weren't in a big alliance together, but somehow I persuaded Luxury not to drag me. So those were my big moves.
Thank you, Jody. Danny?
All right. As for me, I mean, I would say my biggest move, Brian, was voting to flatline you on backwards week. I mean, that killed me to do. I had no one to play Fortnite with after that. You're my boy. That did suck. But you know what? It was a big move because it wasn't just win the cardio and shoot Brian because he's on the block. There was a lot more that went into that. Once the house meeting had been called by you and Bryce said, oh yeah, I know about this whole alliance. It was, and I knew you weren't comfortable in the alliance. I told Jody, I said, this is going to fall apart because Brian doesn't really seem to want to work with Sammy and Krista. So I figured that it wasn't going to work, but I didn't think you were going to put me in a position to where you ratted out an alliance that I was in. So I started to feel that you were a threat to my game and a liability to my game. So I had a VC with you after that, and I pressed you a little because I thought maybe you leaked, and you admitted to me and you confessed that you leaked. I told Sammy, I told Krista, I told Jody, I let them all know, and we kind of came together so that we could, have something to protect one another without you as a liability. So I think that's how you ended up getting a lot of votes to end up on the block in the first place, because people were looking at you at that point, on top of your house meeting that you called. So we were close, and you were an ally of mine, and that's why it was a big move for me, because I had to cut a close ally of mine. But I think that it contributed to why I'm sitting here still.
Thank you both.
Yeah.
Love you.
Love you, Brian.
Love you, Brian.
I assume that's all Brian's asking since he went off camera and muted. Next up, we have Bryce. Bryce, when you are ready, let me know.
Hi, I am here. Hi guys, hi finalists. I honestly didn't come in here with a question, but one has been kind of formulating in my mind, and we've already obviously talked about social game and comps and strategy. What would you say was your strongest aspect of the game and why?
Who do you want to start?
Both. Who wants to start? Oh,
Go ahead, Danny.
Is it, okay. My strongest aspect of the game. I mean, um, I think that I think I played a kind of a well-rounded game. I wouldn't say one aspect was my driving force to be here. I think that everything was pretty complementary. You know, I think that I played a good social game to where, like Jody, I was helping people get advantages. I knew where every idol in the game was. I even knew about Ed's agency idol. I didn't tell Jody about that or anyone else, but I knew he had it from when he picked it up. I knew about Luxury's vote steal as well, and I figured he was going to play it on me. So being social allowed me to get information, for example, like from Brian. He was open and told me that he confessed to you. That was from having a good relationship with him. And I used that social aspect to strategize. And I made it a plan so that he would go home. And then I used my comps to actually win the competition to get him out. So that goes back to the Brian move, but that's just one example where I feel like I used all, aspects of the game to further myself. I won a couple of competitions. I mean, 3 of those cardios I had throughout the jury phase of the game, and I didn't get any wins in the finale, but I was social. I had built trust with people. I knew that I would stay safe. So I don't think I had one driving force. Jody, you can answer your portion.
Sure. I mean, I guess I'd say it's 2 things. The fact that I'm constantly able to persuade people that I'm not a threat and I'm so underestimated, it's cool. Like, I don't think anybody should have let a former winner get to the end, but I think I did do that. I think I do a really good job of being good for my word. And Bryce, we had that a couple of times. I'm like,
correct.
this episode, I promise you, like, we're not going to. And by keeping that, and with more than one person, because people talk, it earns real trust, not just with words. Danny and I are both really good with words. Like, we're talky, right? But just to be able to find something that I can go back to is like, hey, there's a proof point, is something I did really consistently, I think, through the game.
Thank you both. That is all from me. Thank you.
Thanks, Bryce.
Thank you, Bryce. Next up, sorry, I gotta use my big girl eyes. I believe if they're available, it'll be Luxury, but I don't know if Luxury is available.
Looking good.
Oh, baby, I've been waiting for this.
Luxury, you can start whenever you're ready.
I'm going to start this off by saying, absolutely, there are no hard feelings. It is just a game. Danny, Jody, I could do anything about this one. I could say it, I could be salty about it, but here you are at the end, and I can't help but respect that. What I'm trying to get out of this is, technically from both of you, you have both in some way, shape, or form backstabbed me in the very end. And because of that, now I have to decide who from that deserves to have this win. So, before I ask my question, I'm going to get some stuff off my chest. Danny, the reason why I chose, and this kind of goes with Jody as well, the reason why I chose to eliminate Ed, because you were immune because of it, no shade.
I know.
Is because Ed was your closest one. I had to weaken you in some capacity, but here you are at the end for that one. I knew in any way, shape, or form, we did not have a verbal agreement. We didn't have a written agreement, and I knew in some way, shape, or form, you would end up being my downfall in some capacity. Jody, respectfully, as you are a previous winner, I am not looking into that for you in terms of why you should win this one currently. You won last one, and it's great for you to have all those comp wins, snaps and claps. I am looking at your game for this one, and I will be only focusing on your game for this one.
Perfect.
So, with that being said, my darlings, you have talked a lot about in terms of like why you should win, how you're both so social. I want to know about your awareness in your game. So, would you kindly tell me why your opponent should win? I don't care about what your moves were. I want to know about your awareness. And I would love for Danny to start this one.
Sure. So your question is why Jody should win?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think Jody should win because, well, I don't think Jody should. I'm just kidding. Well, look, if I have to answer the question, I'm going to say that
Mhm.
she did play a solid game. She had many advantages. She kind of hid in plain sight, but in terms, I had won a lot of competitions. I had 4 rounds of being able to choose nominees, and she was my final 2, and that got her through a lot of the jury phase of the game. So her being here still is partially because of me, but I can also thank her because she didn't take me out during the finale, and she killed the finale. So she won competitions. She hid in plain sight for the most part. I mean, I could have taken a shot at her too, but um, I had to show loyalty to someone. You can't really play these kind of games alone. So that's why Jody should win. She hid in plain sight. She's here. She won competitions. She played a solid game. Jody played a solid game.
Okay. Jody.
Thank you. I think Danny played a killer game. It's why I chose to. And I do not. I actually don't want anybody to think about the other one. That's sometimes goes against you. My only point with the other one is it was public knowledge, and to be able to use my my social skills and my persuasion to kind of get that out of people's minds is all I'm saying. Kind of get those first 2 cardio wins out of people's minds and use them to my advantage. But as far as Danny goes, I partnered with him because I know he plays a killer social game. He's on VC all the time. Like, he works hard, like harder than I do hard. And I knew if he was loyal to me, that would absolutely benefit me. He gets tons of information. And I was like, kudos to him. I think this is going to be a tough race. Like, I think we both benefited each other's games. That's why we picked each other in the beginning, to build alliances around. And we won the same amount of comps. Like, he's a great competitor. I guess I think to each individual, it'll be like how you perceive it with the lens of your own game. You said you felt betrayed by both of us. I don't know your exact relationship with Danny. I read through, you said, like, are you self-aware? I'm like, I knew the people that were closer to me. I did feel you were really close to Krista. We talked a little bit about, Krista, me unite, but it never formalized. You're a great player. You were in some GCs with somebody and it wasn't me. So, like, the longer we could stay together, the better. I wanted to keep Danny in this game. I did believe him. He'd shown me that he had my back. He put too much stake in me to why cut me at this point. So I wanted to keep him safe, and you were going after him because he's a phenomenal player, and I knew he could help but get me to the end.
I will recycle back real fast. It is funny how both of you did start by defending yourselves in some capacity. It does show a lot about how you perceive in terms of that one. I will say, to rebuttal for you, Jody, the only GC and the only alliance I ever formed in this entire game was with Bryce and Lexi. And truth be told, it was so I could have, if they both got eliminated, I would have votes in the end. Love you both so very much. At the end of the day for this one, and it kind of goes back to, Danny, your opening statement, that in order for you to win this game, you have to play cutthroat. You have to play a little nasty. And I don't believe that, actually. I think that you can win this game as a kind-hearted person, and I do believe you can win by being nice to everybody. With that being said, my final question for both of you is, how did you show compassion and kindness in this game? In a game that requires so much backstabbing, betrayal, how did you show your heart through this game? And Jody, I would love for you to start.
Absolutely. I'm really actually sorry that Senny wasn't here. And he was one of my patients when I was cardio in the second one. I knew he was a bit absentee. There was a lot of things going on with Senny. And although we didn't end up having a game relationship, he's not here, so I won't talk too much about it. But we ended up having a really nice personal relationship that I didn't expect. I learned a little bit about everybody's life in this group. I formed duos that meant something to me, my pink lady. If you had just made that alliance, we would have had one. I made an assumption, and I apologize that you were making them with everybody else. That might have been a miss. I spent a lot of time on VC too. I tried to talk to people one-on-one and learn a little bit about them outside of just strategizing on the game. And I hope a lot of you felt that.
Okay, Danny.
So, okay, hold on. Your question is about how we showed
Compassion, kindness, your heart.
compassion, kindness in our heart.
Mhm.
Well,
In this game.
like on a game level or like on a personal level?
Game level. In this
On
game
game
where it's
level?
all about backstabbing and manipulation and betrayal, where did you show kindness?
Where did I show kindness? Well, I showed kindness towards my allies. My allies came first. So my first allies was Jody, was Ed, was Sammy, was Krista, was Knight. I tried to bring these people as far as I could throughout the jury phase of the game. I tried my best to protect these people. Once I saw that Brian was out of the game, once Bryce was out of the game, I started to get a lot closer to Lexi, for example. I was talking to her all the time. I saved her with my agency idol. Granted, it was kind of part of a move to get you out, and I knew by putting Jody on the block, she was gonna CPR herself. It was either gonna be her or Krista on the block at that point in time. That would be my compassion, and I would say just being honest as I could. I didn't tell anyone any lies necessarily in the game. The biggest lie I guess I would say that I told was, it wasn't even a lie. I put Sammy and Krista on the block when I was aligned with them, but getting so close to the end and then being so close together, I didn't really have any other choice but to do that. So I hope that answers your question. I'm not as good of a speaker as Jody is, unfortunately.
You're fine.
Oh, I don't know. You were great.
No.
I answered your question.
No, you are absolutely fine. I'll be quite honest, between both of you, Jody, while we did talk more about it, my vote is fairly up in the air for both of you. I think you both played games that were phenomenal. Danny, I think you made a move that I think I would have done with you as well, TBH, so I can't be mad about you shooting me down. Jody, you have made it here at the end. You both made it here for your own games, and for that, I applaud you for that. I know I'm about to run to a gig. I will try my best to keep listening in on this one, but just know that regardless of how this goes, I would be very happy with either of you taking the crown. My vote, well, we'll see where it goes. Other than that, I adore you both. I wish you nothing but luck in this final one, and this will always be a luxury you both can afford. Thank you so much.
Bye, Luxury. Have a good gig.
Go ahead, Jody. Sorry.
Nope, that's it.
I'm pretty sure Luxury said when he was voted out that he was a luxury y'all couldn't afford, but suddenly y'all have gotten rich and you can afford that luxury now, bitch.
It's only because they made it to the end. If they didn't make it to the end, they can't afford that.
I thought he maybe thought there was a cash prize. There isn't.
Oh, I am the prize, darling. You win
Yeah, baby.
my admiration.
All right. Really quick, I know Ed's having like technical problems, I believe, but Ed should have been before Luxury, but he was a little late because of tech problems, I believe. So Ed, if you want to ask any questions or anything, it is your turn. He's being silent, guys. I don't know what to do.
He's on mute.
Yeah. I think he's away from his keyboard too.
Maybe get back to him.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Ed, are you here?
Girl.
Hey,
Ed.
Oh, wait, you can hear me?
Yeah.
My video has the little, like, I'm wearing such a cute jacket, too. This is so unfortunate.
But
I can't see anything but gray. Gray.
Yeah, I see all gray. I fear your camera's broken.
Girl, why is my camera facing the wrong way?
Girl, I don't know.
How do you even do that? Wait.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Okay, anyway. My cute jacket will have to...
But I just have to wait. Ask your question. Your time started.
Okay, do I just get one question?
You have 5 minutes, and when you ask a question and they're answering, I pause your time.
Okay. I'm so sorry. Do I like direct this question to someone?
You can ask both one person specifically, or you can make statements.
I'll ask Danny first because, you know,
What's
amazing.
good, Ed?
So Danny, we were definitely number ones in the game, but I don't know how honest you were to that. But
Ed, I would have
if
went
you
as
were,
far as I could with you.
yeah, if you were honest about that, how did it change your game when I went out?
When you went out, I was okay. So it's honestly, there's like two things that you say. Like I was upset, right? Because you're good at competitions. You weren't going to put me up. You had similar targets. So that was a hole in my game. That was a part of my game that sucked when you left. It also gave me a reason to go after Luxury again because he took out my boy. And Luxury said it. I had assumed that the reason he took you out instead of Jody was um to take a shot at me, you know. I'm not sure if it was from Jody's persuasion or if it was because he wanted me out and couldn't get me. I don't know, but I think that's why he took you out, Ed. So that's my answer.
So I feel like I should ask Jody a question,
No, it's
to be
okay.
fair.
You don't have to. Yeah.
I'm not very good at thinking on the spot, but
That's okay. I can answer the same question, how you impact, like your leaving impacted my game, because I was in alliance with you. I know you were closer with Danny, because Danny and I were really, really close. I mean, Luxury took a shot at you to get back at Danny. He could have just as easily taken a shot at me to weaken Danny too. He didn't know it, so it was a little. My alliance was a little more under the radar. I do think that you and Danny were like out there, like we're a duo.
Yeah.
So that was pretty obvious. But you know, I was working with you really closely too, helped you get the agency idol. And honestly, I know after you left, like we literally were like, avenge Ed. So it was definitely it was hard because actually, like, I knew Luxury was going after Danny and I knew Luxury was going after you, but I can see how Luxury would feel betrayed because I was, you know, vibing pretty much with Luxury and he hadn't taken any shots at me. But honestly, I was true to the double bypass and you'd made a big move to try to, you know, keep everybody safe. You're a great comp player. And I wanted to make sure that, that you and Danny were safe, even if losing Luxury wasn't the best for my game, neither was losing you. So it sucked when you left. And great jacket.
We love the jacket.
Looks that time. Okay. I guess I'll ask a question to both of you. Which juror leaving do you think, besides me, because I already asked you that question, do you think impacted your gameplay the most?
Okay, I'll answer. You want me to? I can answer.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I would say the person leaving that impacted my game the most after you would be Krista leaving. Because I felt like once I was able to break up Sammy and Krista and get Krista out, it made my path to final two like this. Like I felt it really gave me more space to get to the end. Like there was more leeway because I had building a better relationship with Lexi. I had the alliance with Jody and Knight. Sammy didn't have Krista anymore. So I felt like that was like someone leaving that impacted my game. And it sucked losing Krista. Me and Krista are friends. Like that's my girl. Having to send her out was really hard for me. But I think that it contributed to getting here tonight.
Bryce leaving impacted my game because he was more closely aligned with the people I wasn't. So it gave me an opportunity to actually, I had a good relationship with Bryce too. But once you start losing numbers, and I think Bryce was holding a lot of people together, I was able to form stronger relationships to my benefit after that to get me further in the game. I don't like when Krista left. We have a difference of opinion. I mean, my game was fine. I just thought it was it was an early move to me. It's for me. Like, I understand what it was for you, Danny. That was a really tough vote for me, the Krista Sammy. So yeah, I'll say Bryce.
This is hard because, like, I feel like you both played such strong games. And it also doesn't make it easier that I personally, like, really like both of you guys as people.
Thank you. Appreciate
it. I think I'm going to ask a question specifically to Jody.
Yep.
So, Jody, even though you weren't my number one in this game and you weren't, like, the person that I was, like, wanting to bring to the end, why do you still think I should vote for you?
I think it would be really tough to get your vote, Ed. I think that's true. It's hard. Danny didn't do anything to betray you, and he fought for you, as did I, but I knew you two were closer in the game. I'm going to be really honest. In your shoes, I think Danny and I played different games, and I think for a lot of people here, their perspective should be that I should win. I do not know that your perspective should be that I should win, and I'm going to be really fair about that. And if maybe in the end you'll change your mind after a few more questions and hearing the finale, but I admire your loyalty. I was really happy to be aligned with you, Ed. And even though I knew I was like not the number one, I did feel really good about our partnership, and I think it helped us both in the game. You don't have to ask all the questions. You can just make a statement. You can sing.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. You can stop whenever. You can ask more questions if you want until your time is out.
No, Sorrel, no. Okay, wait, I'll go back. Come on, Ed, give me your vote. That guy sucks. Danny's terrible. Don't even look.
Mute her. Mute her.
Things about you. He hates your jacket. No, so.
The last thing I want to say before this is over is I'm going to try not to let how close I was to you in this game influence my decision to vote. If it seems like that, it's because I genuinely want you guys to think that I voted for who I thought played a better game.
Great.
Well, at the end of the day, if you're going to say I voted someone because I like them more, okay. But I personally tried to use my best judgment and think who played a better game. So that's all the time I'll take. Thank you.
Thanks, Ed. And I'm not expecting your vote, but I do want it.
Yeah, it completely depends on what you value in a game and the nuances in our games. I would not be surprised if Danny's moves were your kind of game.
All right. Thank you, Ed. We're going to move right down the line. What, Casey? Yeah, right down the line. And Krista, you are up next. Ed, go off camera.
Bye, Ed.
Ed.
All right, Krista, whenever you're
ready.
Hi, Krista.
Hello. I could say my best friend Bikini Bottom. Congrats, you made it this far. And Jody, you are amazing too.
Thank you.
As you can tell, I'm wearing, well, you probably can't see because of the darkness, but I'm wearing red. But my question outright is, what was your biggest outright regret in this game? And either one could go first.
I want you to go first, Danny. I'm going to take a minute. I honestly, Krista, I started this game, and this is gonna be a terrible answer. I'll come to one. I'll come to a regret. But I do think playing objectively is real helps me not have regrets. Again, like words are one thing, and I used to play orgs and get like super swayed by the person who would tell me the most, but it really is to me like if I don't see it backed in actions, then how do I choose? Like, how do I know they might be saying the same thing to everybody? So I felt really clear going through making the decisions that I made and who I was, voting for and not voting for based on what I'd seen. Voting you out killed me. Like that was not my favorite. That was a really hard one. And honestly, speech wise, Sammy partially swayed me. I don't know if you kind of gave it up to him because it was more important to him, but I was aligned with both of you. I'd wanted to work with you for a long time, Krista. I was thrilled to be working with you. And Sammy was kind of like, it's so important to me to get to finale. And I'm like, I can do that. You know what I mean? I can do that. I don't know that I can get him to the end because I don't, if I have the choice, he's better at Jeopardy than me. And that's what I'm good at. So anyway, do I regret anything? I hope that I didn't overpromise people. Luxury just sounded like he felt a little like backstabbed by me, and that surprises me because I didn't think I overpromised in the game. So if I have a regret, it's that some people felt like I backstabbed them, and I was hoping that wasn't the case with the way I made my choices. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Cool. Okay, now for me, for my regrets, I mean, like sitting in the final two, it's hard to look back and say, I wish I could have done this, differently. What I can say is that during the, I don't know. I guess like Jody had said, that it's just, you come in knowing what you want to do, making a move, and you make the move and you move on from it, one move that I did make was on the Masquerade week. I won the hero and I took Brian down, but Brian may have went home had I not taken him down, and then I would have been able to use my backward week cardio win to make a different move than to use that week on Brian. But so maybe that's a regret of mine. But beyond that, I think that answers the question on my end. Do you have any other questions, Krista?
Honestly, I don't. I ran out of questions because that was my main question.
Okay.
Thanks, Krista.
Thanks,
That was
Krista.
so fun playing
Good
with you.
luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you both.
You, Krista.
Alrighty. Thank you, Krista. We're moving right along. Next up, we got Sammy. Sammy, your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Well, I have a few statements I want to make as well, but I do have questions first. First goes to Danny. When you put me and Krista up, which one of us would you have preferred to go?
I'll touch on this in my speech a little bit. I think that I would have rathered you have went, just for the sole reason that I think that you would have had a better chance at beating me in like the final competitions, and all that. But ultimately, it didn't particularly matter. It wasn't a personal move against you and Krista. I just felt that you guys were going to protect each other. And if it was if it was me, you, Krista in final 3, I would have came in last place and you guys would have flatlined me and I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
No. So, I didn't have like a huge preference. Like you staying, I wasn't upset about you staying.
Well, if I had been able to bit luckier in the first competition, I would have at least taken you to final 3 with Knight. Would I have kept Knight? Yes, I would have kept Knight because I've actually known Knight for 3 years. and I'm actually very close to him.
Nice.
And I will say, one thing he told me is that the reason Luxury chose not to flatline Jody was not because anything she did, was because he wanted to maintain his relationship with Knight, because he was also working with Knight and knew Knight. That's at least what Knight told me that Luxury told him. And I will argue that that move was not actually your best move at all, and it really, if anything, solidified me taking you out earlier if I had the chance. If I had gone out of flatline, I would have immediately gone for you right then and there, because to me it was like, we said we're going to do something, you immediately went against it.
I knew that Knight was going to be with you anyway. I knew once Krista left, Knight was going to flock to you. Like, so whether you guys had the relationship or not, I knew that that was going to be how it played out. And I had to bank on the fact that I had the alliance with him and Jody already. And I also actually have known Knight from other games, and we decided that we were going to work together in here. So though I figured he was going to flock to you, and I did have that conversation with Jody, I said, now Knight's going to go with Sammy, probably. We spoke about that.
Yeah.
So, and also I will say that Krista's comp records, she wins a lot more competitions than Knight. I would have much rathered Krista go over Knight at that point in time, because they were both allies to you.
No, it's fine. I understand that again, like, there's no hard feelings regarding that. I knew even if I won the deal, you were going to take, probably put Knight up instead. So what you want to do is weaken me any way you could. And it was the right move to make. I can't fault you at all for that. The other statement I'll make toward Jody is that you made a well, actually, this comes with a question, but you made a statement of like, you're making the best move for yourself to win the game. When you eliminate me. However, if you had honestly been doing that, eliminating me earlier on would have been the right move. Krista was not going to come after you. I was. And believe me, sympathy that I don't care. I don't want the sympathy to get myself further. I wanted to do that on my own social skills. So I'd also argue taking the probably best competitor here in Danny is not exactly playing the game to win. So I'll ask you to defend, I guess, choosing not to try and take me out earlier, because again, Brian has even said, you told me that you had said to him that you were scared of me and my comp abilities. So if you were really playing the game to win, why not take me out earlier, and why take the strongest competitor to the end?
One, I didn't take you out earlier. You had a lot of allies. So there were a lot of people that would have reacted really poorly to me, like, and who told me outright that like Lexi was aligned with, like, Lexi was like, not Sammy. Anytime I'd like even float your name, like, I still need votes against you. So you'll hear it later in my, when I had opportunities to flatline you, I'm like, I would do this. I think he's probably my strongest competitor right now. But if I'm on the wrong side of this vote, I'm done. So I was trying to find the right time, Sammy. I actually thought I did not know you would have taken Danny further than me, but so I made a bad call on that one. But honestly, there were a few times like that we talked about it. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to keep playing with Sammy, playing with Krista. Like, this is a good, strong 4. I know he's good with Lexi. I know he's good with Knight because they keep talking about him. So that's why I didn't take a shot at you earlier. I think it could have really backfired on my game because you were so well connected. You played a really good social game. My chance was the chance I took, and it was the only one that couldn't backfire because I was the only vote.
Again, like.
And why did I take Danny? I took Danny. Like, sometimes it's just out of loyalty. Like, you have to pick your allies in this game. Why did Danny pick me? I'm I'm a strong competitor too. We complement, like, we know how each other plays. We know where we can spread our, share information, get more idols than, in our possession, use them super strategically. Like, Danny and I were working in lockstep. These are very hard conversations to have. It's your lens on what kind of game you prefer. Like, Danny made some big moves, like the Brian, the you and Krista. Those are big splashy moves. My moves were a bit different, but And I prefer not to at the end have like some real like resentment votes. So, you know, that's not for everybody. Some people, you're a big gamer, you're like, where were the big splashy moves? I feel like I made a couple, Sammy, and certainly that run at the end. I didn't want to take a run in the middle. Danny's like second last cardio. I was feeding him like the water, paper, whatever it was, fire. I was like, I'm doing fire. When I was in the four corners, I'm like, I'm blue. Like I was helping my allies
Four
win.
corners,
People I knew.
we both lost.
We both like whatever, but
you
like we were
jumped in the
trying. Like I
game.
was trying to help people. I was trying to help Lexi at one point because I'd already bought some goodwill with her. So I'm like, Lexi would be a great win. She's not going after me. Maybe I'm wrong, Lexi, but it didn't feel like I would. So there were like things that I was doing in the background, Sammy, and because I wasn't doing them exactly with you, but really keeping you as what I thought was like still a strong four that wasn't going to go after each other. Danny maybe knows you better than me. He was like, I'll take the shot now or we're all doomed. But I took the shot when I had a direct shot. And I took Danny because he was like my closest ally who wouldn't betray me. And he had many times he could have like gotten me out and he absolutely didn't. He's been to the end with me before. And you know, at the end, I kept Danny, and some people are like, why didn't you keep Knight? Because he plays D&D with you. He plays with Danny. He plays with half these people. He wasn't even on camera. If anybody gets a chance to like vote for Knight, they would have voted for Knight. Like 100%. He, you know, played a good game. He was aligned with everybody. He was super quiet. If somebody in a live game gets to finale as a newbie, without ever being on camera, I'm giving that guy my vote. Lexi was a super underdog story. She'd like been up a million times. That newbie makes it to the end. She's going to beat me. You and I, another winner. I don't want you, like, I don't want to like, no, that's too threatening, especially for Jeopardy. So like one, loyalty to Danny 100%. And as tough as this vote may be for all of you, I think he is somebody I can beat. Or I hope, maybe. And I'd be very happy if
you didn't listen to any of the conversation I had with you about Knight. He doesn't want to win. He doesn't. He does.
Yeah, he doesn't. But if you don't want to, you just, who knows? I think people would have given it to him.
Everyone
Sammy,
said
if it was me and Knight in the end, who would you vote for?
I vote for Knight because it's my friend and I was bitter. It's not more gameplay. I admit you play a better game, but I personally liked Knight more. And totally. I do think this, I'll admit, the luxury move of basically islanding Lexi actually really pissed me off.
I know it did. I know, I lost you there. You're like, wait, because you like to control the game, Sammy, and I played a move you didn't see coming. And I knew I lost you there.
Yeah. The other, and again, like the other aspect is like, I'm not someone who wants big moves in the game. I am not someone who even needs full control. Again, it feels like you don't completely understand the type of game I play and what I want as far as a player goes. I'm very much someone who plays low-key and casual. None of my games ever have big moves for myself. I'm fine with everyone else just keeping making splashy moves and just basically being subtle about things.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah. No, I get that. And it was a splashy move on my part. You're right. I was helping protect, to me, Ed and, you know, a little bit the Ed and Danny there, or trying to, which was my other alliance.
I guess the last question would be, so was, can I actually, Sean, can I ask a fun question?
Great.
All right. If both of you name your drag persona, what would its name be?
Sorry?
If you had drag persona, what would you name it?
Premium purse.
I'm so sorry.
Drag persona, as in like RuPaul's Drag Race, but you're a drag queen.
Oh, my drag name. Oh my god. Joe Delicious. Shut up! Don't laugh at me. If this,
you know
delete it. Delete that, please.
Nope. Delete what? It's not.
Bust down. Ate and left no crumbs.
That's it for me, though. Then.
Guys, if Jody season, don't vote for Jody because I'm saying this. But if Jody wins this season, I'm gonna be like, and the winner of Impulse is Jody.
So delicious.
And Jody loses her job.
Guys, I will actually say Jody. Don't. All right, Sammy, are you done?
Yep.
Thanks, Amy.
Thank you, Sammy.
All right, Lexi. I fear the time has come for you to drag these motherfuckers. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
Do it.
Don't drag us.
You guys are in luck. I am in my fur.
I think she's drunk.
Baby.
All my friends are at the bar and I'm in a car because I knew that this was so important and I knew I needed to address you both. So after this, I'm hobbling myself to the bar. Just kidding. But I'm not. So you're in luck because I'm a little tipsy. So all bets are off. No more Mrs. Nice Girl.
Ooh.
No, I'm just kidding. But my first question is for Danny, and I'm sorry if this has been asked before. I have only seen a few of the questions before me. But Danny, had you won any of the final comps, what would your lineup have looked like, or who would you want? Who was your plan to take to the finale?
In which order, right? Like, and if I won the first one, you mean?
Yeah, I guess in any order, or like even right now, like would Jody be like the person that you would want to take to the end? Like who was your like dream? Like who, if you were to win the last comp, like if you were to win the crazy task, thing instead of Jody, like who would you bring?
Between Jody and Knight, who would I have taken to the end?
Yes, yeah. Sorry, like I said, I've had a few drinks.
That's okay. So who would I have taken? That's a good question because I was thinking about it when I was doing it, who I would eliminate. And I played such a close game with Jody that I think I probably would have taken her with me because you have to be loyal to someone. And between her and Knight, the thing is that I think that Jody played a better game than Knight, and I think that I may have had an easier time beating him in the end. But if I lose to Jody, I lose to Jody. I think that we played different games. I think I played a solid game that's worth getting some votes for, and yeah, I think I probably would have went with Jody.
Awesome. Thank you. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I know I was a goat, and I don't mean the greatest of all time. I mean someone who you guys would have brought with you, towards the end, because I didn't have a lot of moves and I didn't have an idol. I didn't really do much. I get it. It's fine. But I've noticed that both of you kind of around the same time kind of came to me to start. Oh, time resumed. Sorry. Okay. Both of you guys kind of came to me around the same time to start working with you and stuff like that, which was great because as Luxury said, the only really alliance that I was in was with Luxury and Brian, even though Luxury just wanted my vote at the jury. Whatever. No, I'm just kidding. Love you. But I'm just trying to think of, were those connections genuine? Were those voice chats genuine? Or were they just a way for you guys to get votes here at the final? I mean, like, what was your thought process behind taking me, saving me, which I was surprised that you did, which I appreciate. But, like, what was the thought process kind of behind keeping me so long?
I can...
Whoever wants to go first. Yeah, whatever you guys feel.
Sure. So I personally, I had actually, and I could be wrong, but I feel like I was the one to actually go to Jody and be like, hey, I think it's time that we pull Lexi in. Brian was out of the game. Bryce was out of the game. The only people that were really left in my eyes for you to really work with were Luxury and Sammy. And I felt like I could be a better ally to you than them. I felt like I could talk to you and work with you and make a good connection because I did want to go as far as I could with you. I wouldn't have shot you first in the finale. I saw you as kind of like an open ally, as someone who was looking for friends, someone who could have friends, and why would I leave anyone in the game open like that for someone else to work with? I'm not saying you were a pawn and that I used you, but you were a player and you had a vote, and I wanted to make sure that that vote wasn't going to be casted against me. but it was a genuine conversations we had, genuine deals. When I said I wanted to see you win, I wanted to see you win. When I said that I was going to have your back, because I didn't say it at every live that I have your back, if you noticed, but whenever I said it, I meant it. When we went into finale and I said I have your back tonight, I had your back in the finale too. So that was my thought process, because, and on top of that, I thought that maybe I'd be able to beat you easier in some competitions. So
True.
there was genuineness behind that, and there was also game behind that. So it was both, to be honest with you.
Thank you. And Jody, whenever you're ready.
Definitely genuine. I felt like I vibed with you. I really like your personality. I think you have a very similar sense of humor to me. So like personality wise, I was thrilled. I did think you were with Bryce. I thought you were with some of those people and you were maybe a free agent. I think I told you early on, I'm like, I thought it was, Ed thought he was Danny's number one. I thought I was Danny's number one. But with like a Sammy, a Krista, a Night, I'm a lot of people's number two. That's making me feel pretty safe. I'm gonna try to buy some love over here and see if this person that I like their vibe, I like their energy, will come. I think I proved it. Like, you weren't just a pawn. I literally was trying to DM you. I was really genuinely voting. I was like, come on, Lexi. And if you could have won some, I think we could have carried it a little further. There's a point where I'm like, so absolutely freaking genuine. For a newbie, you killed it. You came back over and over. It speaks to your personality. It speaks to how cool you were every time you were on the block. So just really, like your energy and very genuine.
Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate your answers. I appreciate you guys reaching out to me, because genuinely towards the end of it, it was really nice to have those conversations with both of you, not just through DMs, but to actually see your faces and have those genuine connections with both of you. That's what makes this so hard, is that I feel like I spoke a lot one-to-one with both of you towards the end. So, it's awful. Sean, why are you doing this to me? I think those are all the questions I have. I guess, how much time do I have left? 3 minutes and 10 seconds? Is that real?
Maybe.
I guess I don't have to use all of it. Yes, Jody, drink that McUltra. I don't know.
All class over here.
All class, bow tie and McUltra, the perfect combo. I think that's pretty much all I have.
Okay, Lexi. Well,
but I love you both, and seriously, this is the hardest decision I'll ever make, just because the two of you were so great to me. So I wish you both the best of luck.
Thanks,
and I hope we can talk a lot more after this.
We will, for sure.
I'm so down for that.
Okay.
I want a bad
100%.
I want it bad. You think about that.
Perfect. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye, East Coast.
Enjoy the bar. Have a drink for us.
Have a drink.
I will.
A cocktail, a grown lady cocktail.
Oh, yeah. Cocktails only.
Yes.
I those guys and was pissing when Lexi started asking me questions. Sorry, Lexi. You have 3 minutes, 10 seconds left, but it seems that you're done. So, period.
I mean, yeah, is that bad that I have 3 minutes and 10 seconds left?
Perfect.
I've got a 5-minute speech at the end that's going to be 45 seconds. You're fine.
Okay, perfect.
Oh my. Are you lying?
Can I go to the bar though? I'll still listen to you guys, but can I go to the bar?
So as long as you're here.
I'll be here. Everyone at the bar knows what I'm doing right now, and they're all judging me.
Oh, totally.
Out of the bar.
Welcome.
Well, I'm in the car now, but.
All right, Lexi, I'm muting you and turning you off camera. I fear you're very drunk, Eth. I love you, Lexi. You're the best. All right, Night. If you have any questions, I know you're not going to camera on or your mic, so it's fine. But if you have a question you want to type out, you can do that. It's going to be really quiet this time, guys. I'm very scared. Okay, I'm reading this because I don't want to be bored, okay? And I don't want it to be silent. Hi. Congratulations to both of you. The player known as Knight has stepped away to go back to work. Love you both and kill the final speeches. Period. All right, guys. Well, with that, we have reached the end of the Dre segments. Whoop, whoop. Give me one moment to do something, and then I'll be back to the finalists. Finalists keep the jury entertained.
I don't say.
Yeah, I demand entertainment.
He demands entertainment.
I can see if Titan wants to come over.
I got nothing. Yeah.
Also, I'm really proud of you too.
Thank you, Brian. Wish you were here.
You two are both
Yeah, I wish
really,
I was
really
here too,
deserving
but
winners.
we know
Wait,
how
Bryce, what did I
goes.
say instead of your name? Did I say someone
You
else's
said
name?
Brian, which is also kind of true because we were also in an alliance.
No, I'm Bryce. Oh my gosh.
Guys, production, fucking answer the prod chat or I'll cry.
Oh.
Do you know how many times I got called Judy? Don't worry. If you think I'm talking about you, I'm probably not, because like everybody called me Judy.
Well, being a ghost is actually so peaceful.
I'm walking to the bar and I can't turn my camera on. So if you hear me cry, just call 911.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Also, Danny, I love your outfit.
Oh, thanks. It's so warm, but it keeps getting stuck to my nipples. My nipple ring.
All right, well, I'm back, guys. Nice nipple talk. Let's go. All right, Jody, Danny, you will have 5 minutes to finally. Oh my God, guys, come on, give me the L. I'm kidding. All right, you guys will have 5 minutes to make your final plea to the jury as to why you should win this game. Jody, you will be up first. Jody, give me a thumbs up or an okay when you are ready.
I'll give you a thumbs up.
Jody, and 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm really, really happy I got here with Danny. I was happy about the 4 finalists. I love playing with each and every one of you, and thank you all, because I do think you've each played a part of my game. So from the very beginning, I know juror number 1 isn't here. Brian, juror number 2, you were supposed to be my ride or die. Danny ended up being my ride or die, and he knows that, but you were supposed to be my ride or die. I was a little heartbroken about, the speech, and I, but I wouldn't have cut you anyway. I'm too much of a softie. But I would, I hope you've been watching the rest of the season and watching the play, knowing how some of the things that I was a bit weaker at last time. Oh my God, I practiced puzzles until I went blue in the face. So I can't believe I won the finale, the Quicken, and I won the second puzzle comp. So I hope you see my growth, and I'm so glad I got to play with you again. Bryce, my man, I knew you were aligned with other people, but I really enjoyed all the talks we had very genuinely. I love seeing you on campus, and I'm glad for the relationships we forged. I really do like the game I played. I hope nobody else feels that I threw them under the bus or lied to them. I tried to make every deal honest, straightforward, not over promising, short-term deals for short-term and long-term deals for long-term. And that's how I played. So who's next? Ed, I know you were really, really close to Danny. I'm glad that the 4 of us got to be in an alliance together. I hope that you saw some of my gameplay as we changed idols, as we worked to use idols together, as we strategically moved through the game before you were unceremoniously dragged because I triggered a revival. So I was inadvertently responsible for your demise, but I certainly didn't mean to be. And then who was next? Who was my juror? Who was juror number 5? Do we not have 5? Yeah, we're juror number 5. Who was after Ed?
It was Luxury.
Oh, it was Luxury. Well, Luxury, darling. Yes, I did try to take you out to protect the rest of my alliance, but anytime at the beginning of a cycle, if I told you that I wasn't going to vote for you, I did not. I'm glad we formed a personal relationship, my pink lady, and I think you're absolutely freaking fabulous. I would play with you again in a second, but you were a comp threat, you were a social threat, you were a TV threat, and quite honestly, I knew I wasn't your number 1, so I don't regret the move. And then we get to The next one is Krista. Yeah, my heart was broken. I mean, Sammy just told me you guys would have cut me immediately, so that's hard to hear. But I do want you to know that wasn't my intention. I honestly was sticking with that 4 as long as I could continue to take it. It was so great to see you win all those comps. It's not just that I liked you, but you were kicking ass for me, and I did not think that I was your target. So I wanted to keep you as long as possible in the game, even though I knew that Sammy was your number 1. I thought we had a little longer to play together. And then, of course, Sammy, I know you don't love my move with Lexi or with Luxury there, and think that I should have taken you out earlier. Honestly, I just think you're a real threat in the game. Like, you are really good. You had your social tentacles everywhere. And again, I just want to repeat that I thought if I took a shot and missed, everybody would start coming after me. That's testimony to your game. So I played my cards slowly. Yes, I made one showy move, but the rest of the time I wasn't perceived as a threat. And at that very end, I took the shot when I had to. Lexi, I'm sorry. Like, I loved hanging with you in the second half of the game, but it started coming down to loyalty and people who had shown a lot to me. And that's just the game I play. And Knight and I had played as a duo. We were in a 4, and he had given me a ton of ingredients to prove his loyalty. So Knight came with me next. It was a very tough call between Danny and Knight. Knight, I knew you didn't care that much about winning. Danny and I had played so closely. He'd won a lot of comps. We had protected each other back and forth. Last time we played together, he was last. He won lots of comps, but was last in the Quicken game again, and it automatically eliminated him. This time I had the opportunity after I swept all 3. That's a hard position for me to be in, and I'd like everybody to think about that. I had to take out 3 jury members just 2 days ago. It's still raw, and I hope everybody understands my reasoning for it. I took Danny in the end for a couple of reasons. One, I think that Knight had different jury members. I think Danny and I might have some of the same ones, and I think we played a similar game, but different enough that depending on which lens you look through, you may or may not pick the winner. And I'll just leave you with one last thought. I know people don't love to reward previous winners, and I do absolutely want you to judge just on this game, not anybody's previous games, but just a fact that sometimes if I'm in like a round robin in sports or whatever and I lose to a team, I like to know that I lost to the best. And if you decide that I am the winner and I think I played a killer game socially, strategically, and comp-wise, I would be the only ever in the history of both Impulse generations to be a dual winner in the same generation. Thank you. Good luck, Danny. And thank you, everybody who played. I know some of you were totally last minute, and we couldn't have even had a game without you. You're amazing, and I can't wait to play with all of you again.
Really quick, Danny, before I get to your speech, Nicolette, you're lucky I love you, because I really, 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 really just want to reach to the screen and give you a big fat kiss for fucking up counting again. Kidding, Nicolette. I'm kidding. All right. Danny, I fear the time has come for your final speech. Are you ready?
I think so. I'm sure that we've spoken about some of these things, but let's go. Let's do it.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for all of your thought-provoking questions. We had good conversation, and these are my last few minutes that I have so that I can explain my game and try to earn your votes. I deserve to win and represent Generation 2 Season 10 of Impulse, so please vote for me to win. Though Jody and I did share some alliances and played closely together, I played my own game. We played different games. Okay, for my cardios, my first one was the backwards week. We spoke about that already. That was a big move for me. I knew that Brian was a huge threat in the game, and I needed him to go home at that point. So I used my first cardio to take the shot at Brian. It really did kill me, Brian, to do that. You know that I hope that we can still Fortnite later on. And I do apologize again. My second cardio was the fun one, the one where there was, I think, 8 people left in the game. I decided to stay loyal to my alliances with Krista and Sammy, with Ed and Knight, and I nominated Lexi and Luxury. I knew that there were like idols in the game that would probably come into play to save Lexi. So I figured she was the best person to sit next to Luxury if that was the person that I wanted to go home. But Luxury, he pulled the revive power out of his titty. He eliminates my ally Ed, which we also spoke about that. Losing Ed sucked because he was one of my closest allies. He was awesome at competitions. I knew he wouldn't betray me. But I needed Luxury to go home at that point. So the following round was the final 7. I had my agency idol, and I used that to take Luxury out. It was either going to be Krista or Jody on the block. They both had CPR idols, and Krista won the cardio, so it ended up being Jody that got to sit on the block to eliminate you. You were just a huge threat. I knew that you would come and take a shot at me if you had the chance to. It was clear that you took Ed out instead of Jody, and I felt that was a move against me. So I needed to go after you and take a second shot at you to protect myself. Now, my third cardio was when I nominated Sammy and Krista. I knew they were a strong duo. I knew they had to go. One of them did. It wasn't a personal move. I didn't have one person I particularly wanted to go over the other. I would have been happier if Sammy left, but it was Krista, and that was okay. Um, when Jody made the friendship idol move, I knew Sammy was a little upset about that, so I did go to Jody and tell her. I said, "Hey, Sammy's a little annoyed at you. I'm not sure if he's still on your team." So I did want to try to drive a little bit of I just wanted her to know, and I agreed with Sammy on everything. In terms of the finale, Jody swept the competition. She did have the opportunity to flatline me, but she chose not to. And I think that's a testament to the trust that I was able to build with other players in the game. The last 3 players evicted were all people who I considered close allies. Sammy, I know that you can woo with Jerry, so God, my knee popped again. But but Sammy, I know that you can do good with the jury. I've seen you win before, and I hope that you respect my game, and I hope that I've earned your vote. Lexi, it was really awesome getting to know you and working with you in the second half of the game, and I hope that I have your vote. I saved you against Brian. I used the agency idol on you. You had a bunch of lives. I helped you with some of those lives, so I hope that you can pay it forward and give me a vote to win. Knight, it was really cool working with you this game because in the past we've kind of like worked together but not with each other, and this was the first time that we successfully worked with each other, and we made it as far as we could. Jody won the last competition. There was no way or possibility of both of us making the final 2 at that point, but it was nice to work with you as far as we were able to. What else do I have to say? Bryce, I'm sorry that I flatlined you, but I had other alliances already. I knew that you were, probably working with Lexi, with Luxury. I knew you were getting information from Brian. So I just felt like you and I weren't clicking on a game level to where I could have saved you. So I hope that you guys respect my game. Good luck, Jody. And we'll see what happens. I think I'm done.
Good luck, Bri. Bri. Danny. I don't know why I just called you Bri.
Thank you, Judy.
Oh shit.
Very scary.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. I fear I need to mute you guys.
Sure.
All right. Thank you, finalists, once again. Great final speeches from both of you. Jurors, hello. You guys can come on camera. You're kind of important for this part. If you want to come on camera, no pressure. No pressure, guys.
Sorry, I'm off or on, or it doesn't matter.
I don't give a fuck. Right. We're just about to vote. All right. Jurors, it has come the time for the most important part of any reality game. The part where you guys weigh your options and decide on a winner of who played the best game out of the finalists. Danny and Jody have both pled their cases to you as to why each of them should win in their own unique ways. And now the time has finally come. For the final time this season, it is time to vote. Yes, the rules still apply. There is to be no talking whatsoever. Jury, no, this is not Big Brother. This is Impulse. No, you cannot come off mute and make comments. I don't give a fuck what you gotta say, except I want your vote. For tonight's voting, you will go into your Discord or your Zoom chat. You're going to go to me. You're going to DM me your vote when I call your name. I will call you one at a time. Please do not vote until I call your name. I will be really annoyed if you vote before I call your name. But you will vote to me in DMs on Zoom. You should be only able to message me on Zoom now. Make sure you check that. Jurors, please go ahead and set it to where you text me. Also, if you guys already know your vote, pre-type it, but don't send it. All right, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Got to do something really, really, really quick. All right. Cue the music and then we will start, shall we? All right. First up to vote, Brian. Go ahead, Bryce. Ed! Cast your vote. Eddie couldn't hear, guys. Maybe. Go ahead. I texted you. All right, next. Sorry, guys. 5. I'm missing 5. I'm missing 2 6. Still left? Oh no, I see her down there. Krista, go ahead. Oh. I was really about to go. 7. Tammy. No? What am I doing? Lexi? Turn it out. Hopefully you can see. Alright. You have to. You're on the Zoom and you listen to He said she does message. I need the voting music. Lexi's turn. There we go. I lost my pen. I feel like I do that every live. Knight, please cast your vote. Perfect. All right, lovely, lovely humans. I have the votes, but y'all don't get to see that shit yet. You're gonna hang out for a little bit. Let's hang out. Danny, Jody, sit in suspense of not knowing if you just won the season or not. Sucks to suck. Okay, really quick. I have a really huge announcement that almost everybody knows about already, but it is very vital that I play this for you all right here, right now. So get ready for such an amazing video that I worked on all day today. Be proud of me, okay? Be proud of me. Before we go on, this video must be played. My producers have told me so. I believe they're the boss. I fear I forgot to share sound. And if I didn't, well, now I
It
just
seemed like it was working.
Yeah,
I heard
it's,
something.
I fear I'm a little slow. Right. There we go. Share sound. Perfect. Share. All right. Can y'all see? Somebody say
Yes.
I can.
Oh, I see what this is.
My new address is hard to remember, so I wrote it on the back of my hand. Cause I leave the nest this coming December to make it as a grown man. I'm out to lose, my only defenders. I'm packing up whatever I can. Been waiting for today, but all I can think to say is, oh no, don't throw out my Legos. What if I can't let go? What if I come back home, back home? Oh no, don't throw out my Legos. What if I can't let go? What if I come back home, back home? Can we keep my Legos at home? Cause I wanna move out, I don't wanna move on.
Impulse is back.
Impulse is back. Guess what, y'all? Impulse is back. Come see us for the next season.
Impulse is back.
Impulse is back.
Impulse is back. Baby.
Impulse is back, bitches.
Split that.
Impulse is back.
Impulse is back. I'll be there. Will you?
Impulse is back. I'll be there. Will you?
Back home, oh no, don't throw out my Legos. What if I can't let go? What if I come back home, back home? Can we keep my Legos at home? Cause I wanna move out, I don't wanna move on. Can we keep my Legos at home? Cause I wanna move out, I don't wanna move on. It's cold out there, you're standing there. You're trying to face your greatest fear. You're shivering, you're trembling. It's warm in here, so come back in. Oh no, don't go out my Legos. What if I can't let go? What if I come back home, back home? Oh no, don't throw out my Legos. What if I can't let go? What if I come back home, back home? Oh no, don't throw out my Legos. What if I can't let go? What if I come back home, back home? Oh no, I'll come back when I'm grown. It won't be the same, no. I can't even go home. Can we keep my Legos at home? Cause I wanna move out, I don't wanna move on.
I'll be there. Will you? Next season, we hit the streets of Columbus, Ohio with maybe 16 all new faces, maybe some fresh faces that you've never seen before, maybe some faces that you have seen before. I don't know. Tune in to find out on March 17th at about 8:30 p.m. EST. Now, from there, oh, I'm so excited. Anyways, from there, I think it's time to give you bitches some awards. Now, before I do this, we went a little hard on these awards this season, and there's a reason. One award specifically. We just want you to know it's all love. We just like calling out bad game moves because it's funny. So yeah. But one of you did most definitely get a little dragged in the awards.
Oh no, it's definitely me picking Danny. 100%.
Don't think so. All right, here we go. I wrote a whole paragraph on these awards, and I never do that, by the way. That's kind of gag worthy. All right, Impulse, Gen 2's season fucking 10. That's so crazy. Awards. Your production this season was myself, Casey, Pixie, Ryan, Liv, Yoder, Cordell, and Blaker. I told you it was a whole fucking list. That shit's crazy. All right. Let's see what we're starting off with tonight. All right. Our first award of the night will go to our prediction winner. So this is a production. Oh, Jody raising your hand. Get out of here with that. I'm kidding. This is a production exclusive award.
Try to clap. Never mind. I'm old.
This is a production exclusive award. So it did go to a production member based on our predictions of you guys and our rankings of how we thought you would play. And this season's prediction winner is Pixie. Great job.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, this is also not a player award, but it didn't necessarily have to go to production. It did go to production, but it could have went to a viewer. Our draft winner this season goes to Yoder. Go Yoder. All right. Ooh. Now we're going to get into the player awards because duh. Our first award tonight goes to our most strategic alliance. And the most strategic alliance this season is Code Friend, Jody, Danny, and Knight, our final three, and it turned out to be a final three alliance. Go you guys.
Double bypass, but without me?
Oh, only because you weren't trading ingredients with me for the friendship alliances, the friendship idols. Only reason we separated out was to trade Worcestershire sauce.
I fear we also dragged somebody when I announced this next award. Sorry, guys. I'm mean. But the next award goes to the best alliance name. And I fear this one was named after because Brian don't know how to have tight-lipped Lizzies.
It was Danny's name.
Listen, okay, let's not too much now.
Oh, yeah, it's not too much.
They're not wrong.
Prepare.
They're not wrong.
It goes to Danny.
Guys, that's not.
Love you, Brian.
Love you too.
It goes to somebody that's not here, and I'm actually very, very mad about it right now, but I'll get over it. But the next award goes to our best confessional, and we gave it to Luxury.
Oh, I bet.
I'm not surprised.
Damn.
This next award was voted on the 12 viewers that we did have throughout the season. Our fan favorite award goes to Krista.
Go Krista.
Next up, we're getting into my favorite awards. The next award goes to our villain of the season. And the villain this season is Brian.
He wanted this so bad. I kid you not.
And with every good villain,
I'm so happy for you, bro.
Comes an even better hero from what I hear. And our hero this season is none other than Jody.
Thank you.
Let's go, Jody.
Our next award is statistic-based and goes to our comp beast. And this season, it was actually really close until Jody decided to sweep the last three competitions. And
okay, honestly, in Danny's opening speech, he's like 6, and I'm like, nuh-uh. But then I changed everything. I was the comp beast.
I had 3 cardios, I had 2 heroes, and I won Masquerade Week hero too.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to tell that to anybody. You're supposed to take it to your grave.
Oh, you could tell them definitely tonight, Danny. Danny did get permission.
To be fair, we already knew before this.
Our social butterfly is also typically statistic based, But no offense, Jody, we didn't want you to get 3 awards back to back. It should have been you, but we went ahead and gave it to Danny because you were tied for 6.
Oh, a pity award. Thank
God,
you.
I gotta tell you, I wish production had written my speech because these are some good stats.
Next up goes to our most robbed pre-juror. And no, this is not a fucking argument. Don't argue with me. I will get.
I know who it is.
But it goes to none other than Haley.
Yep,
Haley.
agreed.
I'm sorry. That's all me.
And the next award is also not a fucking debate, so don't debate me. I get to make the decisions around here, partner. And it's the most robbed juror, and it goes to none other than fucking Ed because he was dragged out of the game. Duh. That'd be bad. Is Ed still here?
Yes.
Oh, he better fucking be. That's what I thought. Okay. Okay. Next up, we have. This one might get a little controversial, and it's okay if you want to argue on this one because we were torn. Actually, we weren't. We knew we were. The next award goes to our best duo, and we went ahead and gave it to Jody and Danny, not Night, because I feel as though Jody had a stronger connection to Danny and let Night in on the secrets every once in a while, but wasn't going to keep Night as close as she was Danny.
I called it. Like, I called that would be one of the duos.
Yeah, but you were supposed to be my one.
Okay, I know.
This next award is honestly funny as fuck. With every good duo also comes a really good rivalry. This season, it goes to Ed versus Ed.
I knew it was about to happen.
All right. Here's where we start pissing people off. Don't cry about it. It's a fucking game, okay? We're just joking. It's all love. We just like to critique your games. This one's not going to piss anyone off, but the next one after this one definitely will. The best move goes to Danny using the agency idol at Final 7 to send home luxury.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh no, I feel like I know what the worst move is going to be now.
I fear the next word is worst move. And I fear I called somebody out pretty fucking hard. And I fear I did write a paragraph. I'm sorry. But worst move goes to Brian. Majority Alliance. And then, hold on, we're not done. And then calling a huge house meeting during Masquerade Week, calling people out blindly, and then getting flatlined. Also, him confessing to Jody and Danny.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and
No. Technically, I confessed to Danny. Danny told Jody.
Oh, that's okay.
No.
And finally, when he outed him being excited, this was
Yeah.
the crazy thing in the whole game, to talk to Bryce during a game night. Brian,
I messaged Jody. I was like, did you see that?
I went to my confessionals immediately and said, Brian, no. No. Why me?
dead. In fact, all right. From here, we go to an award that only can be given to alumni specific that played the season, and it goes to our most improved player. And before I click on this screen, we already talked about it in the production team, and before anyone else chimes in and says something, really quick, this person, when she first played Impulse, barely said a single fucking peep to anyone. This season, this girl was all around town, making moves, talking to everybody, making sure she was aligned closely with the people she needed to be aligned closely to, played a hard-ass game, and even though she didn't make it to the end, she tried her fucking damnedest, and I am so proud of her. The award for most improved... What? Bitch! I forgot moment of the season. Sorry. Pause on my speech. Moment of the season goes to production staying on a call after a VC ran about Brian ruining his game. Next award, remember my speech. The award goes to most improved and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Really?
Our girl, Krista.
Oh! Good job, Krista.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Krista, you played.
Next award goes to a juror only, and it goes to the best jury segment. And we decide, I think I forgot to put it in, but I know who it goes to if I did. It goes to Sammy. I forgot to put best speech in, but I know who it goes to. So congratulations, Sammy, on the best jury segment. We fear you ate it up just a little bit, called people out where you needed to call them out and ask questions, kept it classy, had fun. It was what it was. Best final speech is next, and I forgot to put it in. I'll fix it later. but we gave best. I chose to give best final speech to the salesperson herself, Jody. Such a
Oh,
bad
I
bitch.
would have given it to Danny, but thank you.
I would have given it to Jody too.
All right, we're almost done, guys. I promise. The next award, because we did a best or a most improved this season, we wanted to give it to. We also wanted to do best newbie, and truly, at the end of the day, it came down to two people, and none of us were willing to budge and pick one or the other. So we did give this to two people that we felt really tried their damnedest and had a fun time, and it goes to the rivalry of Ed and Luxury. If we could ask any of the newbies from this season, no offense to anyone that's here, we love you all. However, if we could call somebody right now and be like, hey, we want you to be on the next season of Impulse, it would definitely 110% be Ed and Luxury. I don't know, they just brought it. They were the moment. They had fun. They were a blast, and we enjoyed their game. Period.com. Now we get into the really good awards where I really get emotional because, yeah, duh. So the next award is for my favorite. And I was torn between two people. So honorably mentioned the person I didn't pick, which was Luxury. I loved Luxury's game. I thought Luxury was really fun. They always had classy taglines and was making new phrases and just had a really good, fun, energetic time in the game. And I really loved their personality, their energy, and their presence in the game. However, I fear my little friend that likes to be called Ed won the award because at the end of the day, I feel Ed brought the most energy to this season out of everybody. I feel Ed was always making jokes, having fun, vibing on the Zooms, energizing himself, and having a blast at all times. I fear Ed was just an icon, a baddie, a legend, if you will. And I'm so proud of Ed, and I think he did an amazing job. I just wish that Ed and Luxury would have quit targeting each other and would have targeted some damn fucking alumnis instead of each other, because that would have been cunt and fun and a move. But that didn't happen. So here we are with two returnees sitting at the end, Danny and Jody. I'm kidding. I love you both. And I fear you played the best games. All right. Next up is Casey's favorite. Tell me when you're ready to click. If you want to start talking now, you can.
Click. So my favorite goes to Lexi. Lexi, I think you played a great game. You were always kind of on the bottom, but you never gave up. And to win a battle back and get to Final Four, that's amazing. And Final Four is honestly nothing to be sad about. I got Final Four. So I'm just so happy that you decided to play this game and you killed it. And yeah.
Congratulations, Lexi. Next up is Pixie's favorite. Pixie, let me know when you're ready to click that button. I think we all know who it's going to.
Okay. I had so many good friends on this thing, so this is harder than you would think because I thought all of your great games were great. But probably is no surprise, I went with my impulse other half, Sammy. You may not always play a flashy game, but you always play a smart one. You talk just enough to gain almost total trust with others and are calculated about which comps you try for and when you win them. You have a game plan and you stick to it, and it has gotten you to the finale 4 out of 4 times, twice to final 3, and one of those times a win. So in my mind, there is no disputing how good of an impulse player you are. You are also such a great ride or die inside and outside of the game. You are my rock and put up with me through my mood struggles, bad days, as well as celebrate through my best. I am so lucky that we met on Impulse, and I assure you that you are worth every bit of praise, admiration, and affection I can give. You will always be my favorite player.
Oh, all right, Pixie. I DM'd you. Can you respond to that really quick on Zoom? If you know, I don't know if any of us remember.
Jody, I believe.
Okay. Next up is Ryan's favorite, and from what I'm being told, he did pick Jody. Jody, Ryan wasn't able to make it tonight. However, I fear he would say, "You're such an amazing legend. You're a fucking baddie. You're a queen. You're truly an icon, and we love you. We all love you. You're truly a bad bitch, and keep that energy."
Thank you, Ryan.
Ryan was the reason I joined this ORG.
Lexi said frick you, right?
Okay, I'm gonna have to. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say because I said org for a long time. You gotta say org. Rhymes with morgue.
It does rhyme. It does rhyme with morgue. Period. All right. Next up is Liv's favorite. Liv, let me know when you're ready to click if you want to say anything. I know you're a little.
Hi. So unfortunately I had to share mine with Oomph, but my host favorite, you can click now, My host favorite is Ed because look, okay. I came into the season and you were a 14-year-old child and I predicted you to get probably like third boot or something on my list. Like I thought you were gonna flop and you came in and you won comps and you were funny as fuck on the lives and I'm like actually obsessed with you and you have to play Impulse again so you can be my host favorite forevermore. Like my friends, when I would stream the Zooms, they're obsessed with you. We all love you, Ed. Keep playing orgs, please.
All right. And then I fear our last host favorite this season is Yoder's. Yoder, let me know when you're ready to click.
All right, I'm ready. My favorite this season was Bryce. You were an underdog from the beginning when you kind of got left out of the All Vet Alliance. I love rooting for an underdog, but your confessionals also just cracked me up in the beginning. Like, I was loving them. I could deal with the same struggles you were venting about. And then I just think you should be proud of your game. I know you didn't make the end, but you played great, and I would love to see you play again.
All right. Our next award goes to our most underrated player of the season. Let me cough. Before I click the screen, a lot of people take this award as a bad award. It is not a bad award at all. It is a really, really good award. It means that prediction in our ratings rated that you would end up being like a first, second, third boot, and you ended up proving us wrong and proved to be a better player than you would be. And it goes to Knight. Congratulations, Knight.
Shout out, Nate.
Just because Liv had you rated low, Ed, doesn't mean everyone else did. Okay, motherfucker. I had faith in you. All right.
I'm sorry. What's no, I'm not gonna ask what Moopots is. I'll ask later.
Moopots is most underrated player of the season.
Oh, Moopots.
Like all the way out. And then after a most underrated player of the season, we have to have a player of the season. And it goes to it goes to Danny. Danny. Where do I start with this fucking award? I feel as though you had a lot of control on this game. I feel as though you had a really good social connection, and I feel that you were able to use your social connections to make very big, splashy, iconic moves in the game that set you up to get to where you are today as a finalist. I think that being a player of the season is nothing to take lightheartedly. I think it shows that you were determined, you fought really hard, you got to where you were, and you played the best game that you possibly could. And I truly think that you played one of the best games I have seen played in this game. And I'm so very proud of you, Danny. So congratulations on player of the season.
Thanks, Chica.
Welcome. Couldn't agree more.
All right. So, hello. How did Krista get pinned, guy? Hold on, I got a feat sheet. Help. Remove pin. Okay, perfect. Okay. What? You're right. All right. The time, I fear, has come. For the final time this season, I will reveal the votes. Shall I?
You shall.
I shall. Casey said so. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Where the fuck did they go? This one. Okay. After 17 cardios, 11 lifelines, 9 heroes, 29 patients, 17 VCs, 8 alliances, 11 powers, 27 days, and 96 votes, I shall reveal the final vote. Escape. Go to the fucking winner music. Danny, Cody, both did an amazing job. But unfortunately, only one of you could come out on top. By a close vote of 4-3. Congratulations! Danny, you have won the final season of Gen 2.
Congratulations.
Whoever
you,
voted
guys.
for me, thank
you,
you for the
guys.
3. Danny, you fucking killed it.
Thank you, Jody. For
Also,
picking me.
Danny, we can always play Fortnite. So
Yeah.
Before we move forth, because there are a couple more things we got to do tonight. Danny, do you have any words you would like to share with your jury and your fellow finalists and your pre-jurors?
Oh, I'm just so grateful for the votes. I really wanted to win this game. I think it's the best org I've played in, and I wanted to just be in that winners group chat. So I fought to win, and I came to play. And thank you guys for the win. And I have no more words.
All right. Congratulations, Danny. Jody, once again, thank you so much for playing. As always, it was such a pleasure to have you, and I could not be more proud of you. Jody, as the second placer of the season, do you have any words you'd like to share?
You know what? No, Danny, you played a few times at the beginning of the season. I'm like, if I have to lose, like I play to win, but if I have to lose, losing to you would kind of be okay. And I love that your speech didn't like talk about like, oh, but I've almost been there 3 times and this how many like stuff. Like you held your own during this, like this season 10. You fucking killed it. Thank you so much, the 3 people who voted for me. I'm sure everybody, thank you. Like I love the entire season. Danny deserved this. I am very honored that I was a close runner up, and thank you. This season fucking rocked. Amazing way to close out Generation 2, everybody. We did it. And this cast will go down in history with Danny as Generation 2's final winner. Congrats, my friend.
Really quick, next thing on the agenda. The votes were Brian, Danny. I'm going slow so you can get them, Casey. Bryce, Jody, Ed, Danny, Krista, Danny, Sammy, Danny, Lexi, Jody, and Knight, Jody. If you need it again, I got it in a minute. All right.
Didn't see that one coming. Thanks.
I fear this is where we really piss you all off. It is time for me to rate this season. Against 19 other seasons, okay? This season was by far not my favorite. There are a lot of kinks this season. One of the biggest things that really made us super annoyed, and this is no offense to anyone like sitting at the final 2, this is nothing against you, Danny or Jody, but we felt like this game was very, very, very like super predictable. At one point, we were like, Danny's winning the season. We knew at like final 10, Danny was winning this season. We were like, Danny's gonna run it all the way to the end. Danny's got that. Danny's making everyone listen to him. Nobody's stopping Danny. Nobody has any words with Danny against him. They're all just letting him run the fucking game. And then there was the element of the newbies. And we were like, oh, surely when duo's in, the newbies will turn on their vets. No. Y'all were like, no. Let me stay with my vet. Let me ride my vet. Let me ride with my vet to the end. And unfortunately, the vets had no want for the newbies to get to the end. And I think that proves with the final 2. There were a couple other things, and I'm not going to say them because I don't want to upset anyone, that really made this season not my favorite, because I feel some people could have done more than what they did, and I feel some people self-sabotaged, whether it be on accident or on purpose. And then I also want to note the first removal does bring your season down a little bit. Although they didn't make it into the season, it does tarnish the season from there. And then also the last minute replacements, not having as much time to socialize. We felt like it was a really rough season, and it's not your guys' fault by any means. It's production, it's players, it's everything. Everything binded together, just rated it pretty low. You guys are not in last place. You were very close to last place. I was going to rate you in last place until we got to the end here. And so I'm giving you third to last. Not the best. You're not the worst, okay? You're very close to being the worst. Be happy you're not the worst. Let me update this really quick. Gen 2 Season 10 Blood versus Earth. All right, now I fear I have to rank Danny, and I fear I'm really nervous for this one.
You better be.
I fear I have to do something I literally never thought I would do.
Do it.
I think I have to rank Danny at number fucking 1.
Do it.
Yes.
Sorry,
Period.
Melissa.
Oh my
Sorry,
god!
Melissa.
I only lost to number 1. That is fucking great news.
I'm sorry, Jody.
No, that's like actually great. Like I truly would like to lose to the biggest winner in final 2. That's awesome.
I fear
Congrats,
nobody was
Danny.
able to beat Missy until Danny literally fucking just did what he just did. I feel as though Danny had each and every single one of you fuckers just tucked into his pocket the whole game. And when he needed you, he pulled you out of his pocket and he said, hey, do this. And you did it.
No.
No, that's exactly it. And there's no changing my mind. There were a couple loose end moves that Danny had no hands in and that he wasn't a part of here and there, but they were nothing like really major that really changed the aspect of the game like I wanted. Like, for example, if Luxury would have dragged Jody instead of Ed, that would have rated this season so much higher because it would have been like a high class move because Jody had as much power as Danny did. And so he bypassed taking a threat out. Obviously, he couldn't take Danny out, but he had Jody, who was the second biggest target in the game, in my opinion. And he ignored Jody, whether it was because Jody pled her case or not, or whatever the reason may be. He was like, fuck Jody staying in the game. I'm taking Ed out. And I think if he would have taken Jody out, he would have had a better chance to take it even farther in the game because he wouldn't have had Jody's eyes on him like he did when he did leave. So, you know, I think Danny just played a really excellent game. I think he really embodies a really classy player, and he has a story and impulse where he was never making it to the finale. He's never made it here before. He's played 3 times, and then he makes it to the end. He sells this game, and he wins the game, and that, in my opinion, is one of the best games I've ever seen, and it tops things that I never thought could be topped.
Thanks, Sean. Jody said it the other day that I have a body of work.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's the career win. It's the career win. Now, you didn't like Beyonce's career win last week, but it is a career win. It's his Cowboy Carter. Like, he's had a lot of good albums, but this is the final one, and you deserve number 1. We'll
I'm
argue
retired now.
What the fuck? We'll never let winners play ever again because Jody really got really close to being a 2-time winner, and I was really scared.
Close. So close.
Not gonna lie, Jody. Not gonna lie. I was low-key like, go Danny, go Danny, go Danny. Don't let Jody win this season. Please, dear Heavenly Father, I don't know why I keep letting winners come back. Don't let Jody win, but I love Jody, but don't let her win. Just let her get to where she gets and don't let her win. Sorry, Jody. We do love you, I promise. I think
it's okay. It's all right. I feel that too. Like, I'm competitive, so I really wanted to win, but I think this is such an excellent choice. And Danny, we cannot end the generation without you being in the winner's circle.
I appreciate that so much.
Last thing I'll say about the winner.
And for not shooting me in finale.
And Jody not winning. On the other side of the spectrum on production, there were people that were like, please let Jody win. So we love you, Blaker. So it'll shut Blaker up about being the only 2-time winner. And it didn't happen. It's fine. It's okay. We love you, Blaker. We love you, Blaker. You're truly
my bad.
Season 3 filming soon. But yeah. So with that, really quick, I will give you guys a few moments. If you have any questions for myself or any other production member, you may ask them now. Don't all jump at once.
Wait, can I? Is anyone going to talk?
You can go ahead, Ed.
Okay, so if you guys want to know about... We're allowed to talk about Masquerade Week now, right?
It's been revealed, so yeah.
Oh, yeah, Danny gave it up.
It was?
Yeah.
Danny,
I had no clue.
was like,
Yeah, we or the
I was
jury,
cardio.
Sean said in
I
the
was
jury what
cardio,
happened
period.
and what went down.
Danny was your demise, by the way, Ed. He's the one who used that hero to save your patient as your duo.
I thought it was Brian.
Yeah.
No way. You're
Yeah.
joking.
Really, Danny?
You wanted Lexi out so bad.
Okay,
No, I
Ed
didn't want
was
Lexi
paying
out.
attention to jury chat, and I might be the winner.
I did not want Lexi out. Hold on, hold on.
out? Who wanted me out?
I didn't want you out, Lexi. I didn't. Hold on. You put up who were the first set? I put up who? I forgot.
Ahem.
Bryce? Was it
Pretty
Bryce?
sure it was Bryce Brian.
I
Well,
put
I was
up
probably up
Ed
because I was
and
up
Danny.
every week.
Sorry, Ed and Danny, I thought were the things. You put up
Bryce, I think.
Bryce.
Yeah,
and
Danny
Brian.
put up Bryce,
You put up
Ed
Bryce.
put up me,
I
which I had a
put up
feeling.
Luxury, but Luxury had immunity, so I couldn't do
Yes.
that.
Okay. So look. So Ed, the reason why I used it on Brian was because at the time I was in an alliance and good with Brian, and Brian was giving me a lot of information, and I didn't want Brian to go home at that time. So
At that
And then in
I
comes the
saved
house
him.
meeting.
Okay.
And I figured,
House meeting.
and I wanted Bryce to go home.
I knew it. I knew you did. I knew it was gonna. I knew that's what the reasoning was. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, you bitch.
So I
Can I
figured
just say
if I
me and
saved
Brian have
Brian
really
and
bonded
Lexi
as
went up,
ghosts?
Lexi
I
was
knew that was the reasoning.
yeah.
Can I just ask why I was
But I
up
have no
so many
idea that was
times?
you.
I can answer from a production aspect, Lexi.
Yeah, I can take it.
I feel as though there's somebody that people were willing to put up, but also keep in the game. And so they were putting the people they wanted out of the game up next to you, while always knowing that you were going to be the person to stay until when they finally cut you. So I think you were just
Okay.
It was also you were very safe.
Already safe.
Guys,
Yeah.
after the third time,
When
I
we
was
got
like,
voted
I'm
out,
not even gonna say
next
anything
week, I
anymore.
was shocked.
I'm like,
I
I'm
was
not
like-
even gonna plead for my life anymore because I know that it's just not
Yep.
gonna like make a difference. I was like, I'm just wasting my breath.
All right. Any more questions for production?
I'd love to know what the battleback comps were that Nicolette killed. Did so well on. I know one was entanglement, but
One was entanglement. Sammy's so sad he wasn't in the battle back because he would have killed that.
It's not just, it's not just
Bird,
a kill thing.
entanglement, and Nicolette, what was the other? Yeah, you're allowed to speak. What was the other comp that you competed
Was
in?
it speed?
No, they were all gap games until the final one.
I'm pretty sure that was it, wasn't it?
There was Flappy Bird.
Flappy
Because
Bird.
I thought the speed you used in the
It was Entanglement and then Flappy Bird, and then the one where they just
voted someone back in.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. That sounds
Hey Sean, can I say something that's not game related?
Yes.
Okay, so if you guys still want to see me compete and stuff, I will be on Hellscape Dominion minis. So, and Jody, I will text you if I'm on one.
yeah. I asked you to already. When does it start?
So there is one right now, but I'm not in it. Although I will probably compete in the next.
Cool.
So, but I will definitely text you and let you
We're
know.
talking about the Escape at Night mini?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm in it right now, too. Looks. That's
No,
the
not
real reason why I'm
Escape-
wearing
not
this
Escape
jacket
Night.
and this gum. 'Cause I'm the Valley girl, period.
All right. Any other questions?
I have a question for production about the in real life next season of Impulse. How many players? And how are you gonna translate it into real life?
Okay, I will answer this question very carefully because there are things that I can't say because confidentiality. But hold on, re-ask your first part of the question.
Okay, so how many players are going to play the in real life? How many are you aiming for? And how are you going to translate? Without you don't have to give specifics and give away the game, but how are you plan to translate the impulse spirit of the games into real life.
Perfect. Okay, so the first answer to your question, currently our target cast is 16, and we are variabling that by 1, so either 1 above, 1 below. So if that has to happen, we have the budgeting for either of those. Obviously, we have the budget for as many people as we want, because the more money we make, the more people we can afford. But we'll only allow for 1 more or 1 less. So 16, 17, or 15. That is the goal cast. That's what will happen. Unless there's a freak incident where that can't. And then I think, actually, to answer your second question, I think with it being the same couple of hosts, so Casey and I feel it's going to be very easy to bring the same impulse spirit. I feel things will be very different, but I feel as though we will still have the same vibes, the same atmosphere, with it all just being in person rather than on screen, on a screen like this. I think you guys are going to see, if you watch the season, I think you guys will see the season as a whole different game. Without saying too much, there is a twist that is planned that will make the players that are playing feel like it is a whole new game. And that is kind of the goal, because we're going into something new. We want something even better. And we think that we found something that will actually make strategy a little different for people, and we will make things a little shaken up for people. And so I think that's our biggest excitement going into the LRG, is the fact that we have kind of literally changed the formatting of the game. And when people are in that house, it's going to be just the same, but things are going to feel different. We're going to be very fast-paced, like on Zoom. People are only going to have a few seconds to make decisions at times, and you're going to see people running around the house with their heads are cut off like a chicken, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be very, very amazing. And you'll still have my energy on the front lines, and you'll get to see me every single live. I'll be there. I'll be talking. I'll be screaming. And honestly, I'll probably be louder in person than I am on screen. So
are lives really live, or are lives like a day later?
So we will be live on Facebook. I believe it's like 12 times a day. So we will do 3 rounds a day is the prediction, or like the plan for now. That could change. 3 lives a day though. And each live, we will go live for the cardiologist comp, and then we'll end the live. We'll go live for the lifeline competition. We'll end that live, and then we'll go live for every situation, and we'll end the lives in between, like during setups and like moving around and stuff. We will also be live when, like, if they have time to discuss, we will have a prod member in the room with them recording with microphones so you guys can hear what's going on.
Cool.
And if you're watching and you comment, I can't hear them. Okay, well, that's not my fault, okay? I can tell them to scream their strategy when we're in a literal house, okay?
How many cycles would you be using the mobile app today?
I will not be.
And what can I get started for you?
Can I please do a... Sorry, I may need 1 second.
Did you get me a Big Mac?
Sure, guys.
Big Mac, please.
Lexi, don't meow.
Order.
Can I do a deluxe McCrispy meal, please?
Beautiful, Sammy.
All right. Any other questions for me?
I'm ordering from Papa John's.
I did have one thing I wanted to ask. Can
Sure.
I know who voted me to come back?
I did.
Voting chart will be.
Voting will be released
Nicolette,
in chat
I
when
did. You were my duo. I wanted to be loyal to that.
yes, we'll know later. But people did vote for you. Any other questions?
I'll put this fucking hula hoops around your fucking head.
Whoa!
Yikes.
All right. I'm hearing no more questions. Going once, twice, sold like it's a power play. All right. The time has come where I say thank you one last time. Thank you to my players. Thank you to the jury. Thank you to the pre-jury. And thank you so very much, production. I am beyond excited to close a chapter that we call Generation 2. And I'm even more excited to open the new chapter of Generation 3 with all new people coming in and flourishing seasons, even better production techniques, and even better graphics, and even in-person gameplay happening all in Generation 3. I could not be more excited. We have worked so tremendously hard and tirelessly to make sure the LRG comes together as smoothly and as good as we can. And let me tell you, I've been stressed, beat down, tired, wore the fuck out, and I'm sick of looking at a computer screen, guys. Fucking sick of it. But we will persevere. We will get through this planning challenge, and we will make it to March 17th alive, hopefully, where the first LRG of Impulse shall take place. So once again, thank you, production. I cannot thank you enough. And here's to the end of Generation 2. Thank you all so much for being here. And yeah, for now, from outside the Impulse house, the fake Impulse house, I should say, I fear I'm so excited to actually be standing out of the real Impulse house and say that at the end of one of my lives. Because duh. But for now, from outside the Impulse house, I'm your host, Julie Chen Moonbat. Whoa. You tired. Without the motherfucking Moonbest. Stay safe, be kind. Until next time, bye-bye.